जैसे मैंने मुड़कर देखा तो सर्वर्स जो हैं वो अपनी ट्रेज लेके अंदर की तरफ भागे और उसी वक्त मुझे लगा कि कुछ सही नहीं है और कुछ सिक्योरिटी लैप्स हुई है इस टाइम पर। सारे लोग जो हैं जो टेबल्स पे अपना डिनर कर रहे थे, फर्स्ट कोर्स कर रहे थे, वो टेबल के नीचे छुपने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, ग्राउंड पे लेट गए। ये कुछ तकरीबन 5-10 मिनट ऐसे चलता रहा और जैसे मैं उठी और जैसे मुझे लगा कि अभी मैं सेफ हूँ तो मैंने स्टेज की तरफ देखा तो उतने में प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप को सबसे पहले सिक्योर कर दिया गया था। जो फर्स्ट लेडी है मेलानिया ट्रंप, उन्हें भी लेके चले गए थे वहां से।
ਤਾਂ ਡੋਨਲਡ ਟਰੰਪ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਿਕਿਉਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਗੋਲੀਬਾਰੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ। ਟਰੰਪ ਇਸੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣੇ ਸਨ। ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਟੇਬਲ ਹੇਠਾਂ ਲੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਾਨ ਬਚਾਈ ਹੈ। ਤਸਵੀਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਲਾਈਵ ਤਸਵੀਰਾਂ ਮੌਕੇ ਤੋਂ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਵੱਡੀ ਗਿਣਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਰਚਾਵਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਗੋਲੀਬਾਰੀ ਵਾਸ਼ਿੰਗਟਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਲਾਨਾ ਵਾਈਟ ਹਾਊਸ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸੀ। तमाम ਪੱਤਰਕਾਰ ਇਸੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣੇ ਹੋਏ ਸਨ। ਤਾਂ ਡੋਨਲਡ ਟਰੰਪ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪਤੀ ਮੇਲਾਨੀਆ ਟਰੰਪ ਅਤੇ JD ਵੈਂਸ ਸਣੇ तमाम ਸੀਨੀਅਰ ਲੀਡਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਇਸੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਸੀ। ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟਡ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਦੇ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਮੌਕੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਏਜੰਸੀ, ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੀ ਏਜੰਸੀ AP ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ ਹੋਟਲ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਜੋ ਵੱਡੀ ਘਟਨਾ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਅੰਦਰ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ। ਟਰੰਪ किस तरीके दे नाल मौके तो चले गए। रिपोर्ट्स आ रही ने सीक्रेट सर्विस के निर्देशन के अनुसार जिहड़े मौके ते जिहड़े एक डैमेज का कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश की। तमाम पत्रकार जिहड़े मौके ते देखे गए जिन्हां ने अपनी जान टेबल के हेठां लुक के बचाई। तां ये तस्वीरां बयान कर दी कि 6 राउंड फायर जिहड़े मौके ते चले। हिल्टन होटल दे विच वड्डी वारदात हो गई। हथियार किस तरीके नाल ट्रेसपास कर गया, वो एंटी सोशल एलीमेंट किस तरीके दे नाल इस VVIP प्रोग्राम दे विच आ गया। जदों कि ਵੱਡੀ ਗਿਣਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਡੋਨਲਡ ਟਰੰਪ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਧਮਕੀਆਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਮਿਲਦੀਆਂ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਆਖਰਕਾਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਜੰਗ ਦੋ ਮੁਲਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੋਵੇ, ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਲੀ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਿਪੇਟ ਉਸ ਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਰ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਥ੍ਰੈਟ ਐਨਾਲਿਸਿਸ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ? ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਆਖਰਕਾਰ ਕਰ ਕੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ? ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ FBI ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਜਾਂਚ ਏਜੰਸੀ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਦੀ ਮੰਨੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉੱਡਦੇ ਪੰਛੀ ਦੇ पंख तक फर तक गिन सकते। पर सब तो बड़ा सवाल यह है कि वो डोनल्ड ट्रंप ते हुए इस अटैक नूं पहला डैमेज का कंट्रोल दे की कुछ मायने ने कि डैमेज करने की कोशिश, उस तो बाद हुण कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश होएगी कि काउंटर इंटैलीजेंस का सब तो बड़ा हालांकि फेलियर मन्निया जा रहा है।
This was an event dedicated to freedom of speech. That was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members.
Transparency, clarity. I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now. Put out on Truth and put out on many other platforms. A tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, and also showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job. One officer was shot but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun, and the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer and he's doing great. He's in great shape. He is has very weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly. And I've just released, for purposes of transparency, clarity, I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now. Put out on Truth and put out on many other platforms. A tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, and also showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job. One officer was shot but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun, and the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer and he's doing great. He's in great shape. He is has very high spirits, and we told him we love him and respect him. And he's a very proud guy. He's very proud of what he does, Secret Service agent. And we looked at all of the conditions that took place tonight. And I will say, you know, it's not a particularly secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before. But everyone owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to the courage of law enforcement, the law enforcement, and working with the D.C. police. And we just spoke with the mayor. And when we're finished, the police chief is going to take over and discuss it also from their viewpoint. But they also performed exactly as they were supposed to. And you see the attacker in different positions, but you also see the attacker totally subdued and under control. So as you know, this is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked by a would-be assassin who sought to kill. In Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago, you all know that story. And in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement. But in light of this evening's events, I ask that all Americans recommit with their hearts in resolving our difference peacefully. We have to resolve our differences. I will say, you had Republicans, Democrats, independents, conservatives, liberals, and progressives. Those words are interchangeable, perhaps, but maybe they're not. But yet everybody in that room, big crowd, record-setting crowd. There was a record-setting group of people. And there was a tremendous amount of love and coming together. I watched, and I was very, very impressed by that. But First Lady and I were taken very well care of, very quickly rushed off the stage. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's here, was likewise beautifully done. He was just saying how quickly everybody acted, law enforcement, Secret Service in particular in this case, but law enforcement. Marco had the same thing. Pete was there. Pete didn't want any help. He didn't want anybody to help him. He doesn't want anybody to help him, but he did get some, didn't you? And I think you also said that it was very impressive. So with that, I'd like to ask Todd Blanche to come up, say a few words, and tell you it's already underway. The man has been captured. They're going to his apartment. I guess he lives in California, and he's a sick person, a very sick person, and we don't want things like this to happen. I think it's very important that I say, though, and I told the representatives of the evening, they did such a beautiful job. It was such a beautiful evening. And again, they're talking about free speech in our Constitution. That's what it's all about, not just White House correspondence. It was really based on free speech in our Constitution. But I said very importantly that we'll do it again within the next 30 days, and we'll make it bigger and better and even nicer. So I just want to thank everybody that was involved. I also want to thank the press, the media. You've been very responsible in your coverage. I will say I've been seeing what's been out, and you've been very responsible. So Todd Blanche, I'd like to say a few words, and then we're going to have cash. And then you're going to go on. We can ask, I guess we can take a couple of questions. I want to thank the First Lady that was a rather traumatic experience for her. There was a lot of action taking place up there very quickly. But again, the response time was really incredible. And we're going to reschedule. We're going to do it again. We're not going to let anybody take over our society. We're not going to cancel things out because we can't do that. We wanted to stay tonight. I will tell you, I fought like hell to stay. But it was protocol. They said, please, sir, because they didn't know there was a lot of action going on, and they didn't know could there be probably a lone shooter, but we'll find out. We'll find out very quickly. They have it very well under control. So I want to thank everybody very much.